Uglalotak, Kanwit Pizzy. Today is Wednesday. What day? All day today. Let's be responsible. Always try to do our best. Cooperate with others and let's treat everyone with respect, including ourselves. In our today's conversation, we will talk about how to set healthy boundaries. Yesterday, we talked about different types of boundaries. So, today we'll focus on two kind of boundaries, physical boundaries and emotional boundaries, and we'll learn how to set them. Let's learn about how to set physical boundaries. Let's look at this picture. What do you see? I see a man, I see a woman, and I see this girl standing in the middle. Let's talk about this girl. What does her body language feels like? What does her personal space feels like? Does it feel like she is in a mood to talk to anybody? No. So, the first thing we can do is practice some personal space. How you can do that is stand an arm's length away from others unless invited closer. So make sure you stand in a distance with somebody and not too close. Don't get into anybody's bubble. Practice some personal space and don't let anybody else enter your personal bubble if you're not comfortable. Second thing you can do is ask before touching. Before you go give a hug to a friend or put your arms around their neck or give them a high five, make sure you ask them. Ask them, is it okay if I give you a high five? Is it okay if I hug you? It's important to ask before touching is because we want to respect somebody's personal space. Because we never know what they are in mood of. If they're not in mood to be hugged, then we should respect that and not hug them. So it's always better to ask. The third way we can set physical boundary is recognizing body signals. If someone steps back or looks uncomfortable, respect their space. So say for example, if you're walking and you get too close to somebody walking in front of you and that person gets uncomfortable, take a pause and make sure there's some space between you and the person standing in front of you, because it's important to recognize the body signals. Do they look uncomfortable or do they look happy? If you give a high five that was too hard, look at the facial expressions. See if that person liked it or not, and we should respect it. So be aware of certain body signs of your own body and of people around you. Having healthy physical boundaries help us feel safe. So remember, practice personal space, ask before touching, and look around. See what their body feels like, what your body feels like. Recognize the body signals. Let's talk about emotional boundaries and how we can set them in healthy ways. First thing is to express your feelings clearly. You could use I statement like I feel upset when you take my things without asking, or I feel, name your feeling, tell them when you feel that, and tell them what you need. So when you're clear about your feelings, you are creating a healthy emotional boundary. Second way to build a healthy emotional boundary is by protecting your energy. That means it's okay to take a break when you feel overwhelmed. Sometimes it could be like a 5-minute tea break or a coffee break or just a music break. But it's okay to take a pause when you feel very overwhelmed. Whether you are feeling overwhelmed at work or at home, remember it's okay to take a pause and it's okay to let somebody know that you need a break. Third way to build emotional boundary is to choose who you want to share with. Sometimes we have big emotions. Sometimes we have a situation we only want to share with our friends or with family or people we trust. So only share your personal thoughts with people whom you trust. Don't feel forced to share it with anybody else. They are your feelings, they are your thoughts, and you decide whom you trust. So it's okay if you want to share it with one person but not with the other. So make sure you take care of yourself by having some good physical and emotional boundaries. Tomorrow, we'll talk about some social boundaries and some time and boundaries that we could set at school. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. Happy learning!